So my name is Bill Hartwell, and I'm a guidance counselor at Sun Valley High School. And as part of the presentation, I was asked a couple questions. First one was, how was I, or when was the time that I felt compassion towards another, or when did I notice it? I really think that the time was a friend of mine when I was in high school who had been diagnosed with cancer, and how just relating with him and trying to understand the pain that he went through every day, and saw this as a way that I would be grateful for what it is, all the gifts that I have. And I go back to that time and go back to my time spent with him, and think of that as a positive and something to draw on.
One time that I was compassionate when I was a kid was a time that I rescued a stray cat from our neighborhood. I knew that it was in danger and it needed saving, so I brought it home, and she became our family pet for 21 years. One of the best pets I've ever had.
I am proud because the first time when we gave out the kindness, I won the certificate. That is something that I am proud of.
Gavin, when is the time that you felt most confident?
When I scored 3 goals in a row in soccer.
The moment when I feel compassionate is when my mom is sick and I take care of her.
I'm Mr. Quinton, Sun Valley High School. Talking about time when I was in high school, and I described a time. So I'm going to describe a time when I showed compassion or kindness to somebody. Something that my buddies and I did growing up. We had managers who had major and severe disabilities. Managers for our football team, basketball team, we used to take them out everywhere we went. We went to Pinocchio's immediate to get some all-you-can-eat pizza. They'd come with us. We went to a party, or we were just hanging out, going to a Phillies game or something. They always came along with us. So showing compassion, really getting some students who don't typically have a ton of friends involved in our community.
One thing that I'm proud of doing is the time that I got my MVP medal for baseball.
Hi, I just want to tell you a couple of stories about the compassion I showed towards my neighbors who have had some financial difficulties lately, and they don't have any electricity in their house, and I helped them out with that. And then also, I have a widowed neighbor that I just recently shoveled snow in her driveway.
A time I've been compassionate is when I helped a first grader, and he didn't know what to do, so I guided him. And it was just yesterday, but even though we both got a superstar card, but I didn't really care because I felt like I was being compassionate and kind to somebody, and that really made me feel good inside and like I was a really good person.
Hi, I'm Solden Ali, and I went to Aston Elementary. When I was in elementary school, I was best at playing sports. Gym class, I was good at most of them: basketball, baseball, kickball, etc.
Something I'm proud of was when my basketball team won the basketball championship.
One way that I show kindness is when I do simple things like holding doors for people.
A time I showed compassion or kindness to somebody was when during centers somebody didn't know what to do. That's why I showed kindness.
I'm Mr. Malatier. Something I remember being most proud of was being involved in my school, being involved in sports and activities, and having the opportunity to be on a championship basketball team when I was in 5th grade.
One thing I was extremely proud of as a kid is about 4th grade, pitched my first shutout as a goaltender playing hockey.
I'm proud of myself because when I score a goal, it helps the team and me be a better player.
So one way I remember showing compassion when I was a kid was helping to take care of my grandfather when he moved in with the family. I would get home early from school and make sure that he was all set up for the afternoon and have a snack with him and hang out until my parents got back. And it really made me feel good about myself and helped me have a good relationship with my grandfather.
I was also asked if there's been a time or when did I feel most confident. I've always felt most confident when I felt in control, that I would be able to dictate or believe that I could dictate the outcome of a situation. And maybe that's a false sense of confidence, but it has always been a time where I felt that I've seen my best success.
I feel most confident when I'm on the basketball court getting ready for my games, because I've been playing basketball for 6 years and it's pretty much been part of my routine.
Hello, what I'm best at is working as a head custodian. I have a lot of challenges and things brought to me, and understanding and prioritizing what I have to do, what's important, what's not important, and doing the best I can.
The most accomplishment I'm proud of is raising my son. Spend a lot of time with your daughter or your son as often as you can and talk to them. Whatever you do, include them, because they're always learning, and it helps. And if you're a son or a daughter, spend time with mom and dad. They're learning too.
Hi, my name's O'Neill, and I felt best about myself when I was in extracurriculars such as band or chorus, and just made new friends within that. I think that's honestly just when I could really explore who I was and make new friends, and it was just a great time.
There are two times where I'm most confident. The first is when I'm prepared, when I've spent a lot of time thinking about what I'm going to do or what I'm going to say, or researching the work that I have to do, or thinking about the best way to do things before I walk into the room. The second time I'm the most confident is when I just go ahead and be myself. I try to be other people sometimes. I try to act a certain way or teach a certain way, but the problem with that is it doesn't come out very well.
I'd say something that I'm probably best at doing is problem solving. Like if I ever get confused or kind of frustrated and don't know what to do, I'm pretty good at being able to figure out what I should do and being able to actually figure out the answer and, get everything worked out.
I'm proud of just achieving the goal of extending my education out to getting my master's degree and trying to get the principal internship right now. There's always roadblocks, but you just have to hurdle over them and you achieve it.
My name is Jeff Johnson. I was best at making friends and doing my homework.
All right, when do you feel most confident?
When I do boxing and when I go to the gym with my dad and we practice on our formation stuff.
A time when I showed kindness was when I gave a Christmas present to my neighbor.
My name's Spiros Artis, and something that I remember being proud of is getting good grades.
I showed compassion and kindness when I helped my grandmother shovel her driveway, and I brought in all of her firewood when we had our big storm this winter. Brrr.
I'm proud of winning the drug and alcohol contest. I'm proud that I scored a goal in soccer.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Koch. Something I remember being proud of in elementary school is just doing all my work, getting everything finished on time, and helping out my friends when they needed help.
I'm Eric Kamenka, the principal of Coburn Elementary School. I'm here to share with you a time that I learned a very valuable lesson. And actually the lesson was from a time that I actually failed. And I will say this, a lot of my great lessons that I've learned have been from failure. The one lesson I'm going to share with you right now is there was a time, actually, believe it or not, that I actually was failing a class in early high school. I was in 9th grade and I was failing world history. And I was a big baseball player, loved baseball. That was always #1 in my early life. And the coach came down and sat me down and told me that if I don't pull up my grades, that I would not be starting for him for his baseball team at the high school level. That pretty much scared me, to a point that I knew what I had to do, and I had to pull up my grades, and I went back and I hit the books, and I worked really hard. All my other classes were fine, but the world history at the time, it just wasn't passing the class. So I started to meet with my teacher and let him know what my goal was, and it took some time. It took a couple of weeks, but I was able to pull up my grades in time so I could start that baseball team.
I'm Tim Smith, and something that I was best at doing was playing the drums. I'm still really good at playing the drums. I was in marching band this year and 2 years before this, and we won a championship. We won first place this year.
I am proud of doing student council because I know I will do a good job being president with Andrew.
I feel most confident when I'm reading because I just reached 3 million words yesterday.
Something that I was best at doing, yes, I was athletic. I played a few sports. I was always on the honor roll. But what I was best at doing more than anything was finding somebody who wasn't in a great mood and putting a smile on their face, making them happy and changing their mood for the better.
What is something you are proud of doing?
My homework, and I have a spot where I have to do it in the kitchen, and my favorite part about my homework is math.
I feel most confident when I'm drawing. I also won the poster contest. I'm proud of winning the championship for basketball because after the season we got to we got a big trophy and we got to go to a Newman basketball game and eat pizza afterwards.
I feel most confident about myself when I'm on the basketball court, whether I'm playing or officiating a game as a referee. I've trained for years and have practiced hard to be good at what I do. All of the hours of hard work and dedication I've put in over the years has built the confidence in myself when I'm on the basketball court.
Something that I'm proud of doing was doing the Carlton at Coburn variety show.
One of my proudest achievements is passing my black belt test in karate because I have been doing karate for about 4 years now. And when I started karate, I said I was going to get black belt, and I'm making my past self proud.
What was I ever best at doing? Sports. I know people at the high school find it interesting or fascinating because they don't see me as a jock or an athlete, but sports were something that I excelled at. Sports was something that I was recruited to play in college, and sports is something that I go back to when I look nowadays. I'm stressed, and as a way to deal with the stresses of a day or a week. And then finally, something I remember being proud of, I think that it's really every day I get an opportunity to work with students and to see students go on and see students become more than I could ever be. And I'm so proud of the work that I see because I know what it takes to be a successful student. I know what it takes to go on to a 4-year college. And when I see students going on and making a difference, not only in their life, but in the life of others, I find that to be just one of my proudest moments, or my continual proudest moments. Thank you.
What are you best at doing?
Kickball when I go outside, and it's fun how I catch the ball and kick, run around, and that's it.
Recently, I scored a goal in futsal. It's a kind of soccer inside, and I felt really proud of myself because I've never scored a goal before, and I felt like I could do it again, and I would try my best to do it again, and I just really felt like I was proud and happy with myself, and I was determined to keep going and do it again and be proud of myself.
A time when I was compassionate is when my brother had a nosebleed and I fixed it for him.
Jacob, what is something that you are proud of doing?
Switching from drums to trumpet to try something else.
One way I show compassion is when I see someone down and I try to get their confidence back.
Hi, I'm Mr. McCormick. I was most proud as a child, when my sister was growing up. She had an illness and she had a lot of medical problems. So as a kid, I was granted with a lot of opportunities to help my sister in her time of need, and that was something that made me feel really proud, and I was glad I had that experience to help my sister overcome her challenges as a child, and it really set the stage for me to be a more compassionate adult.
I feel most confident when I'm on my basketball team with my friends making the championship. I showed compassion to my teammate because even though he missed a foul shot, I still gave him a pat on the back and a high five.
Hi, I'm Mr. Murphy, and something that I am particularly proud of when I was in elementary school was when I met the new boy, John Mejia, who had moved in from out of the area, and he was seen to be slow getting friends, and he became a terrific buddy of mine, and we hung out together, and then when he moved to Miami, we kept in great contact when he was older. So that showing compassion and kindness to a new student generated a wonderful friendship that I still recall very fondly. And I learned about a whole new culture because he was from Colombia, and he had wonderful little chihuahuas at his house, and it was really neat that reaching out to John gave me so much more than probably that kindness that I was able to show him. So, always look for opportunities for friendships. You never know where it'll take you.
Describe a time that you showed compassion or kindness to someone.
When I showed kindness to somebody when they hurt themselves and I helped them up.
I'm proud that I scored a goal in soccer. I showed compassion to somebody when I took out the trash for them.
I feel confident when I do geography tests because I memorize all the state capitals by studying at home over the weekends and weekdays, practicing.
Something that I'm proud of doing is when I was on a Boy Scout camping trip, and me and my friend went to the bathroom and we saw a man bleeding, like severely, and we had to go get our scout leader and we helped save his life.
What I'm best at doing is playing football, baseball, basketball, and caring for my family.
The time I showed kindness was in math class when I helped the people out around me.
I feel most confident when I'm playing sports. Something I feel proud of doing is my schoolwork because I like trying to put everything that I learned in one paper.
I'm best at doing that.
I am best at the sport wrestling.
I feel proud when I do good on a test.
I was really proud of myself is when I scored my first basket in a basketball game because I never scored a basket before when I was little, and I was happy to score my first basket and I felt good about myself.
Hi, I'm Mr. Crater. I'm here in the guidance suite at Sun Valley High School. I'm the athletic director for the district, and I'm happy to share some of my responses with you this morning. So first, describe a time when I showed compassion or kindness to somebody. And I remember when I was in elementary school riding the bus, and there was a young girl that was sitting a few seats behind me, and she was being picked on. And I didn't really know who this student was, but I showed kindness to her by inviting her to sit with me, and I kind of looked out for her and made sure that the bus was a safe place for her. I felt most confident as a young person when I wrestled. That was my main sport, and whether I won or lost, just being able to go out there and compete was certainly a confidence builder for me. I think one of the best things, or one of the things I was best at doing when I was a young person is treating people the way that I wanted to be treated. My principal at the elementary school always talked about the golden rule, and that is treat other people the way you want to be treated, and that's just something that stuck with me. And even now as an adult, I still kind of live by that. And something that I remember being most proud of is being involved with the Special Olympics. My younger sister has Down syndrome, and it was a great experience for her, but it was also a great experience for me, and it's something that I'm still proud of to this day. So thank you very much for listening, and have a great school year.